dey talk for positive participation in governance na Salon and National Commission for Democracy. Na Salon so we dey talk for within and for reset, your way. National Commission for Democracy. Organization wetin
National Commission for Democracy.
this commission dem begin am 1994 Salon before Frankfurt government and democracy. National Commission for Democracy dey promote.
Fambule Mauduo. This na your civic education program wey dey for promote democratic good governance na Salon. We dey call am NCD Hour, and they come to you courtesy of the National Commission for Democracy. And inside today program, we'll get for you updates, current affairs, and then we discussion proper. And inside the studio for help me, for make we push the business of today go before, I'll get with me the chairman of the National Commission for Democracy, in name Dr. Abubakar Kagbo. Doc na for tell Fambule Abdu.
Fambulu na kusheo.
Yes, that's Dr. Kagbo, the chairman of the National Commission for Democracy, and he also for help me for make we discuss the issues that we paramount for today. And I also get inside the studio the commissioner for the Western region, NCD, in name Commissioner Benjamin McFord. Commissioner for tell Fambule Abdu.
Fambule ona kusheo and adu.
Well, we wait for another panelist. We come, we're going to introduce them. Me way they bring the program come to you. Me na Reverend Jibrila Kagbo. And for today, we topic na perspectives on democratic consolidation in Sierra Leone. We look at various issues. And like I say earlier on, we go try for give updates and look at current affairs, things that really happen right now and waiting NCD position and then thing that day. And then as with the time they progress, we will look at a few issues for discuss democratic consolidation proper. Once again, me they bring the program come to you, Reverend Jibrila Kagbo. Yourself can be part of this program. You can send your text or WhatsApp message to 077 581457, 077 581457, or you can send them to 076 366 076 366 or you can send them to 079 236761. Yourself go be part of waiting the app one. This is your program, NCD Hour. Well, as I don't say, we will give you short update on NCD activities in recent times. Well, recently we don't pull some press releases them for address things that would happen in the country. Like for instance, the Kabbalah violence, the violence will take place on account of the by-elections when we then are Kailaun and Lonsa. And even, well, we'd also talk on the violence will happen in Moyamba. So these are some of the things and we done they do in terms of update. Well, after we lost the executive secretary, we don't get time for do program yet for make we for you update on that. We may also lost the executive secretary. We want for say making so rest in peace. Even as the commission they continue for more. But well, amidst death, life also they go on. We don't kind of studio for make we talk about things that will affect with nation, with democracy, and we also want for proper solutions as to how we for push things go before. Without update, they make a go to my panelists them. Now start with the chairman of the commission and ask for make pick a particular current affair issue we go on for make we talk about right now. Doc,
Well,
the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I think say this week, me go like for pick the extractive international transparency initiative where the chairman come na Salon for come tell president waiting that organization they do and waiting then get in hand for do for let them multinationals the way they sort of dig with diamond, dig with gold, and dig with iron ore, waiting them for do in terms of being transparent and accountable and how they for identify themselves, etc. I feel saying a current affair way we for discourse because it get bearing upon democratic good governance. Because like waiting I can always say, I said the economy now the basis for the superstructure and governance is a superstructure. So if the economy is strong, all man they benefit, all man they enjoy in Sierra Leone. So we can see say within the EITI can do, if they try for can't tell we say, then people they are way before now. Some of them you know go able to get them for know their identity. Some of them way when they behave, when they do carry out their business, it not been good for we. In fact, listen when president say, he say if we say we get diamond and iron, or we in a land of iron and diamond, but how much it don't benefit the people? So this EITI go can help we for this benefit to people, and when it benefit to people, it go give government more revenue. So what in government they do will be expanded, it will be sort of widened in terms of what they will get for do, because you find out for say 7 million people for cater for them, it's not easy. Government gets a lot of other areas where it need money every year, something like over 3 trillion where we need as a country, and we not go able to pull all that one day for we save. But if we sort of gold, diamond, iron ore, we for make sure say we get good revenue there, good something there, when the country self go benefit from them thing and day. So that 10 day we know we can see an irony of a situation for say that one then get all entire but nothing there for sure. In fact, it will become a cause, it will become a source of conflict again, because governments get your responsibility for deliver, and if for deliver, then thing and what the people they want. So if government for deliver, if you getting revenue, what about taxation self and this extractive industries then? Taxation business na still problem. So with EITI, we go able for let we get good taxation, we know how for tax. Because we know how the multinationals and they operate. Now big companies then way powerful. They get baku money, then capable even at times more than states them. So if we not able to control them, no problem. So like waiting the EITI they can do, so that we go able ensure transparency and accountability on the part of these extractive industries them, thereby making Sierra Leone benefit in terms of taxation, in terms of other things, corporate social responsibility. That means waiting the companies and for do towards the people them, you know, it will bring in benefit. So in a one aspect of the I think the other aspect inside for do the economy. I read in a paper, I see say we ambassador on China, you know, ask the Shandong company for letting go to begin smelt iron. Then they go begin make iron naya. That means not to the raw material they go process an naya, they not go only add value, but they go make sure say something will get iron rod. They go make sure we'll get iron sheet them, we'll get things that were made up of iron where Salomon can use, where it will become cheaper, then they say it will help the economy. And if you help the economy, of course, it will therefore positively impact governance. I also glad again, another foreign direct investment, this Lobo Nabo, where the Sierra Tropical Investment, they say come. They want come invest, you know, for make juice them, you know, na Sumbuya chiefdom. I think say instead, na a welcome idea. If we get the investment there, Salone go sort of see the light of day. That means Salone go benefit, because as I say, we'll talk about government for do. Government in do one, it depends on what government gets in terms of revenue, in terms of money. Now for that we say we not for play taxation. Now for that we the bless NRA, what NRA don't do, you know what they do, so that we go get a tax base we go very good for the country, and we go help, we go propel governance. Because if money not there, it go just like I say, trucky one box but you short. And we don't want to trucky go one box. a good blow, but lay hand short. We want lay hand long. And if you hand for long, we all for help as a people. So that we go ensure say we promote economic development. There comes in private-public partnership. We for try for how we enhance the private sector. We go create jobs for it. Because we problem na jobs. Na jobs. We dey talk even this youth violence where they happen. We know say if the youth can get something for play with, that youth violence it go sort of reduce. We occupy the youth because we say the devil they come na a place where you get idlers there. So if we get sort of job creation where go be anchored on all what you get as the investment they bring Kangiwi, I tell you, Sierra Leone we go sort of actually enjoy what we call sweet salon. So therefore, let we encourage the economic aspect so that it go strengthen we, so that we go able get enough as a country, and then they go help we for let we govern, for let governance dey properly, because we say good governance is hinged upon economic development. If economy develop, the resources they go take them, put them by institutions there. Because when you say institutions of governance, they're not just for the institutions of governance, they forget the resources for make them tick, for make them do what actually they create them for. But what you go able to do that are the resources. Now for that, we they try for ensure say we promote the idea for that we get economic development, for that we reduce we dependency. We get a very sort of a good prospect even in agriculture. So when them people are like West Sahara tropical investment they come, if them sort of put more dividend per agriculture, it go impact the women them, because about 30% of women they engage in agriculture. And when women then impact them, it impact the household of the people in there. When you impact agriculture in the rural areas, you get the rural youth. Then if you engage them. So if I for say you go get better things them for go on. So before think of that, and I think so that time you don't take this term, then later I go talk out all entire impact governance and how it go impact sustainable, development and sustainable, democratic, development.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Kagbo, for that fine intervention there in terms of current affairs, even as you tell me say the EITI, that is the Extractive International Transparency Initiative, being Kam Natong, and the MEC president, and you talk about the issue of transparency, accountability, and even the taxation base. And you also talk about within the Sierra Leone ambassador to China say in terms of say Shandong for begin smelt iron, na Salone, so that we say go begin benefit directly from it. And you also talk about the Lugbu situation, which I say a topical investment for come and invest, where you consider from the angle of the private-public partnership and looking at job creation and the impact on good governance and the economy. Well, Chia, probably for help with Famble to make them understand the issues further, who say the people that will come into all of this? Because when we talk about democracy, we talk about the people factor, the participation in this whole thing in terms of attitude and readiness for receive them kinds here. Because, for instance, we look at say if we start all the initiative here, so they will not get the requisite manpower for being involved. Even if job play, they don't just go employ you because you want job. They go employ you because you get the requisite qualification. I know what you go say. And then I also want to make you link them to what you call the local content policy. All of this go operate in that kind of thing also.
Yeah, well, first of all, a local content policy will only be effective when the people them get the qualities, the human capital, where for let them make use of the local, content policy. And as CISA would try for them get better education, for them restructure the educational system so that we get for produce within the industry they want, waiting go better help agriculture and other sort of economic investment projects them. I think say that a gradual process. Here, if we go with the transformation of the attitude of the people, I could remember where we been go and this sugar place like McKinney, who say them dey produce ethanol, where I realize say the amount of demands on the part of the people, when a small thing, the mosquito boku now, they say that because of that sort of a company they, you know. So you for say the attitude of the people for see development and accept them, you know, with open arms, and not try for target them, say you for benefits at the moment, you for wait for a take off the ground, you know. That the one thing and the people for accept. And I feel say this new thinking, where even Sarah investment sort of Sarah tropical investment do, then go to the people then. The local content again, they when you want to do any business, you forget the buying of the people, because at the community you get for work. So you therefore talk to them, and even with, of course, with the cooperation of the chiefs, them, etc. But the community itself, you for talk to them and for let them know say what they can do, not where they benefit the community and the nation. So the people then come inside, because when it benefits you, it don't impact governance. It don't help for create an enabling environment where the people then get jobs, then get engagement, then get food at the table, you know. Then of course in the future they see and say bright. So all here now, so not the government no more, or the people where they come. Now a sort of you can call them a tripartite, you know, sort of a cooperative effort. You get the people who can invest, you get the people that were there on the ground, then you get government. But now government get open arms, they try for ensure say, then bring in foreign direct investment, and if they come, will the people then for accept, they will not for try for not create problems for them people in there. And at this we as NCD, we be done to try for to educate the people then. And not setting where a foreign company will do a battle, then you get channel through which you go do them. For let you make sure if you now labor unions them, then they will by that particular sort of industry there where you go pass channel. But for let you go try for destroy or try for thief, you know, the oil of them company then they na bad thing now one day. So the attitude for be that of cooperating with them foreign direct investors here, so that we go better the country. The country, not always say government, you talk about all man. So let people not feel say na government. And when you talk of government will only do who say able. And who say able, it depends on the resources where you get. So if they do something for them get beaucoup resources, now for let it help the country as a whole. Well, so that nobody not gonna become a beggar. So the people they come inside there very much their attitude. Salon man for changing attitude, for begin sort of able work, do work. Not just sit down, fold your hand, and believe say food will come at the table without do nothing. For work and for help, for work and for cooperate with people, and when they do work, it's better for the nation. So now that you can forgive as a people, you can for cooperate and for make sure say waiting and bring calm the people them not lost some, because don't read some communities in there when it come then they go broke, they store them. Thief the oil them, do this, that, you know, enough fine, you go discourage the investor. So we they warn people them and we they tell them, say do, therefore cooperate with them people there, so that when they come, they will say yes, Salon a place we find for invest.
Okay, plenty thank you to Chairman. We go go back for look at some of the issues in relation to the current affairs business way which Chairman don't raise. Make I bring in Commissioner Benjamin McFord. What are you want to take today in terms of current affairs?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Honestly, people always they say NCD not a say certain things where they for say because of a democratic institution. I want to look at this Kabbalah incident.
Okay.
On the 16th of August 2016, one OST opened fire rapidly and killed people. And they follow closely the defense system where they make. And this now for sure say, as an institution, democratic institution, we get a lot to do. more especially when our government don't get the initiative for beginning the bring come some of the instruments and legal instruments and for beginning to interpret them. Because now the police officers and they say, will they shoot and will they go scotch free? Because of instruments that we give them this right. And one of the instruments that we give them this right for do, waiting that they do, we NCD as a democratic institution, they condemn the act of violence here. Because we not far-fetched from this election 2018. If we democratic atmosphere don't become very volatile, I'm afraid waiting here for happen 2018. Now we really need for make appeal for the tell the police authorities, the appropriate authorities we're concerned for let them go examine, more especially where this truth and the review commission there on CRC, wherein me chairman na part of the team, for let them bring some of the instruments here, like the 1991 Constitution, Section 16, subsection 4, we give rights to the police officers if they go for coil riots, waiting and for two. If they fail for adhere, then get for open fire. We as a commission, we see and say this they militate against with democratic good tenets. And therefore we want for the police authority, CRC, chairman, UDD, for let we bring come some of their instruments here and look at them laws here. Now we change them. Because look what happened. Not the first thing these police don't begin to do the act here. And for we see and say they do them and they go scotch free. They're not supposed to be so. And need for bring them to books. 8 times if we go to the records. 8 times. The second other instrument we give them this right. Now the Criminal Act of 1965.
To the Public Order Act?
The Public Order Act. If we will go in dictate of all of them laws here, we examine them, we really know say, yes, we really need for we look them critically and make some amends. Because if we continue so, therefore definitely embark we democratic good governance. We the commission now then thing and they really look at. And if we get things the way they militate against the smooth running of good governance, then I'm afraid I feel say now one of the core issues and of course for hard to waiting chairman just bring come up all the international partners and where they try for can do business. I feel say with international partners who can help for boom economy, we serve the local content policy bodies need for help for contribute for how we gain we national development as a country.
Okay, Ben, thank you to Commissioner Benjamin McFoy for that current affair presentation day in focus on the Kabbalah incident and he raised concern about the role of the police in terms of quelling riotous conduct that about 8 times now going by the records, the police then don't shoot and kill people where of course we know say when you take life without the due process, a violation of somebody's human rights. Well, but we want, he mentioned say 2 instruments and the way police they don't use for like influence the decision or action. The Constitution we under review and then the Public Order Act of 1965. And they ask say efforts will be made for make we look into the laws here so make we see how we go bring them come up to speed with what you could call best practice. Well, Commissioner, I want for like probably play the devil's advocate here and put it this way. Somebody go say, well, if there not been attempt for gather in the first place, there would have been no shooting. How you go react to that? How you go respond to that?
Well, the gathering the way they may get, we made for understand say it may peaceful because they may get protest cards. It may peaceful. And in even at that, then get a due process with them for follow the police authority. One, then for send a force where they come and warn them with different uniform. The second will be the one where they will come with anti-riot, where we will get that guard shield, stuff like that. For these are all due process. I feel say now that make I keep saying, as a commission, we get so much for do. So we also they continue for make advocacy to donor partners for continue for come and engage with we for long they explain some of the instruments here and the due process out there for go. Because if they are peaceful and then go through the due process, I don't feel say if I reach to this kind level where age where they get for kill 2 young people and injured a lot of other people.
Okay,
Me honestly, personally, I see I'm say an unfortunate incident.
Very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
And of course, by our press release, we will express with dissatisfaction, say
Yes.
such kind of situation not for obtaining democracy. But then the other side to it, and the fact say, well, the police then shoot. Well, but for law, because it's in the under investigation, we
Yes.
say they allege that the police then shoot. So that's the allegation, because even we press release, that was what it's indicated, that series of allegations done there. Now, the other side is burning may take place. The looted places. That could not be attributed to the police. And can say when you talk to the dog, don't forget for talk to the bone. So what you could say concerning that?
Well, because of the aggrieved situation where we surround the whole incident, and the youth then feel say now the only way that they then can react way again with a frown at.
Okay.
Because when you take the law in your hand, definitely law go there for punish people and with ignorance of the law is no excuse. If you take the law in your hand, definitely you get for face liability. And we there against that there as a commission as well. They're not supposed to do that and they for them allow the due process as well for take place. But because of the way angry and then feel say the only way they can appease themselves now for go on the rampage and do it in there for do. Now like tit for tat where you're not supposed to be. And also they found out that act there as a commission and with the appeal to them say let them go stay put. I don't feel say whatever way the authorities may say for spark off that kind of thing there. I know they talk about the death, the whole the thing where spark off the whole conflict about a youth village, no youth village. I mean, if they allow the authorities where they represent them well adequately, then for don't adhere to waiting the authorities they say, but I don't feel say structure me day for able to articulate on their issues then they I feel say the authorities were concerned for also try for able for control the men them around for letting go spark off anything we go in that way democratic good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Chair, you come inside. I just want to put the things in perspective. I see then things has to come out of this whole incident. One, we need for like examine the rules of engagement. How police for get involved in any kind of incident. And then two, I see something like what we say lack of proper civic education, because even the ordinary persons that you for know how you for also come into the matter, and if you get grievances. So Chair, I don't know how you
Yes,
go, how you go vote.
you know, that's
Because all of it now we will kind of we see lawlessness kind inside
Yeah,
the
lawlessness. Definitely.
That's Abiwa. Until you can see the press release, we talk say this don't give credence say then for help democratic institutions like NCD so that we go able to carry out effective and efficient civic education nationwide. We get people away don't go school, but we still get that primordial thinking, that customary way of thinking. Very recently, again, what was this day before yesterday, when they go burn one man in Oz, when they allege say the man shoot one youth, which gun, the bobo die, then they go burn in Oz. Same Kabbalah. Yes, same Kabbalah. So if I for say, people then go school, but they still ingrained by this traditional way of thinking. So if we get the tools as a civic education organization like a NCD, we go able nationwide to do civic education where will be effective, where gradually it go help for change the minds of the people. But this now we greatest problem or challenge at the moment, for now we get them tools then we not get them yet. But this they show say, yes, people do not go school, then they learn, but still they lack civic education. And civic education, now they give civic responsibility. Now they tell you, say, my dear, you are also your brother or sister's keeper. So you know they just say, I will learn and try it and in business. No. For example, when them people don't decide they want to demonstrate, they may get proper